запись. Записанный материал проигрывает. Очень ровненько, вообще бомба. Все держит, 38-я скорость.
Okay, you make sure the machine is at 15 IPS.
Okay.
And what we do is we put it in source and we first set 1K. And then we put it to 10K.
Okay, so output label, the input label,
Yeah.
label should be like this.
Right. So we have it at 10K. We put it in record and we put it into tape because we want to monitor it.
Right.
And we put it in record. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the bias first. So you got record bias, channel 1 and channel 2. So what we do is we put the screwdriver in there, regular flat blade, and we turn the control. Now I'm also turning the input level because it's going beyond the meter. And what we look for is the peak. See, I'm going back and forth and I find the peak. See, got the peak right there. Then I set the input level to 0. And then what I do is I continue turning it clockwise. We're going to over bias 3.5 dB. So we've gone 1, 2, 3.5 dB. We do the same thing to the right channel. You can see we're beyond the thing there. So what we do is what I'm doing is I'm just making a convenient point. Once I find the peak, I just turn the input level to make it convenient to see the 0 point.
Okay.
And then we go clockwise 3.5 dB. And that's the bias. Okay, next, stop the machine, put it in source, put 1K on, set input for 0. Put it in tape, put it in record, and then we have record level. Okay. And what we do is, it's in tape, what we do is we set this so that reads 0. And then what we want to do is we switch between source and tape, and there should hardly be any difference. Shouldn't be any difference.
Right.
If there, then we go to 10K again. We put 10K back on input, make sure that's 0. Put it into tape, and we have record EQ. Channel 1, channel 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And since we're going 15 IPS, we do the high first. High is for 15, low is for 7.5. And what we do is we turn the control, and we set that for 0. Okay? And that's it. Now.
How about the low?
Okay, that's what we're going to do next.
Okay.
But you always do the bias at 15. Put this thing into low. Now 7.5 is a little bit tricky. 7.5 we can't record at 0 level. 7.5 you got to go minus 10 dB.
Okay.
Because what happens is at 10K at 7.5 it's too saturated at 0. So what we do is we put it back to 1K and we turn the input level down to minus 10. And we just make sure that it's reading minus 10. Then we put it back into source, put 10K up. Make sure 10K is at minus 10. Put it back into tape, and we adjust record EQ low, 1 and 2. See over here, low, and what we do is we turn this, and we make sure the needle only goes to minus 10. Do the same thing for the right channel. And that's it. Now we can put it back into 1K at 0. Put it in tape. That should be pretty close. And that's it.